Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're diving into something that's basically become the digital command center for any modern financial institution, and that's the finance intranet.
All right, let's just jump right in with a really critical idea. Look, in the world of finance, having outdated information isn't just an annoyance. No, it's a massive risk. We're talking serious consequences for compliance, for security, and yeah, for the bottom line.
So, what is it that makes this industry so unique? Let's get into the weeds a bit and break down the really high-stakes environment and the kind of pressures that finance pros are dealing with day in and day out.
I mean, think about it. You're constantly walking this tightrope. You've got stringent regulatory compliance, where the rules are not only strict, but they're always changing. Risk management isn't a quarterly review. It's a daily priority. And data security, well, that's absolutely paramount. Then, on top of all that, you've got to be incredibly fast and efficient just to keep up. It's a total pressure cooker, right? Mistakes cost a fortune, and speed is everything.
Okay, so with all that pressure, what's a solution? Well, let's talk about a purpose-built tool that's designed to tackle these exact challenges. We're really talking about creating a central hub that brings some much-needed order to all this chaos.
So what is a finance intranet, really? Well, at its heart, it's a secure, private network just for your employees. That's it. Think of it like a walled garden. A single, safe, digital space where collaboration happens smoothly, communication is streamlined, and managing documents becomes, actually efficient.
Any really great intranet is built on 4 key pillars. First up, it centralizes all of your knowledge. You get that one single source of truth. Second, it streamlines how you communicate, so everybody is actually on the same page. Third, it automates those tedious, repetitive workflows. And finally, and this is so critical, it ensures ironclad security. The whole idea is to bring everything together under one virtual roof.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually do? What are the real, tangible results you get when you put this in place? Let's dig in and see how an intranet can totally transform your workplace.
There are a ton of benefits, but we're going to focus on the top 6, the ones that really make a huge impact for financial organizations.
Just look at the difference here. This is the classic before and after. Before, what do you have? You've got data stuck in different departments, mountains of paper files, and worst of all, people using old, outdated documents they saved to their desktop months ago. And after, you get a single source of truth. Every document has proper version control, so you know you have the right one. And everyone gets instant, secure access. It's literally a shift from total chaos to absolute clarity.
And that clarity? Well, that's what fuels everything else. Suddenly, sharing knowledge becomes second nature. Collaborating with other departments, it gets so much smoother. Your internal communication gets a huge boost, and that leads directly to more productivity. And the end result of all that? A much better experience for your customers. You see how each benefit just builds on the last one?
So, how does all this magic happen? Let's pull back the curtain a little and look at the essential toolkit, the actual features that make all this performance possible. Okay, first things first. Let's be clear. Security is completely non-negotiable. It's the absolute foundation. When you're handling data this sensitive, you have to have things like multi-factor authentication. You need end-to-end encryption. You have to have role-based access controls so people only see what they're supposed to see. And of course, regular security audits to keep everything locked down.
And here's a perfect example of how automation can change the game. Think about something as simple as an expense claim. You know the old way, right? A total mess of emails, maybe some paper forms, who knows where it is. But with the custom workflow, it's so simple. The employee submits one digital form. It automatically goes to the right manager, the manager gets an alert, and poof, the approval is logged instantly. No more delays, no more lost paperwork. It just cuts down on errors and saves everybody a ton of time.
All right, so beyond security and workflows, there are a few other must-haves for this to really work. You absolutely need a powerful search function, because what good is all that information if you can't find it? And today, with hybrid work, a mobile app for remote access isn't a nice-to-have, it's critical. Then there's integration. You need it to seamlessly connect with all your other systems. That's what makes it a true central hub. And finally, you need analytics to see what's working, and of course, tools to actually keep your employees engaged. All right, enough with the theory. Let's look at some real-world examples. Intranets out in the wild. Because the proof is in the pudding, right? Let's see how different financial institutions are actually using these platforms today.
Okay, so picture a mortgage brokerage. The market is moving incredibly fast. For them, being able to instantly blast out a critical update, like a change in interest rates, isn't just useful, it's an absolute game changer.
And how do they pull that off? Simple, with features like hot news alerts and dedicated instant messaging channels. This is such a great example of that direct line between a specific tool and a huge business outcome. You get that critical info out immediately, and you bypass the black hole of an email inbox.
Okay, let's switch gears to an insurance company. For them, it's all about compliance and sharing expertise. The absolute key is making sure staff can only access the very latest policy documents, no exceptions. And at the same time, they're using tools like interactive blogs and channels to help experts share what they know.
And again, the how is what's important here. It's all thanks to robust version control, which guarantees, and I mean guarantees, everyone is using the right document. And then you have these knowledge management tools, like the blogs and channels we mentioned, that just make it super easy and organized to share that expertise around.
And for our last example, let's take a credit union. They're using their intranet to smash through those department silos. They let their teams work on documents together in real time, track the progress of tasks seamlessly, and all of this just minimizes the bottlenecks that always seem to slow down collaboration.
And you guessed it. How does that happen? It's all about having those integrated collaboration and project management features built right in. When all your tools are playing nicely together in one spot, your workflows just get smoother. Your teams feel more connected, and it doesn't matter if they're in the office or working from home.
So, if we boil this all down to one key takeaway, it's this. A finance intranet is so much more than just a communication tool. It is a strategic asset. It's something you use to drive security, to boost efficiency, and to set your company up for real, sustainable growth.
And that really leaves us with one final question for you to think about, for your own organization. Is your team actually built for financial agility? Or are they being held back by all that digital friction, by scattered information? Because having the right tools, well, that can make all the difference in the world.